The ISO 9001 standard stipulates that in order to accomplish continuous improvement within your quality management system, your company must address 10 major aspects, often known as clauses. This is the main clause of ISO 9001. Clauses 0 to 3, Introduction, Scope, References, Terms and Definitions. Clause 4, Context of the organization. Clause 5, Leadership and Commitment. Clause 6, Planning for the QMS. Clause 7, Support and Resource Management. Clause 8, Operational Planning and Control. Clause 9, Performance Evaluation. Clause 10, Improvement Actions. The ISO 9001 criteria are roughly divided into 10 components called ISO 9001 clauses. It is not necessary to implement clauses 0 through 3, but it is necessary to implement clauses 4 through 10. The exception to this rule is clause 8, which can be removed from implementation if the company determines that certain of its provisions are not applicable. Let me now explain to you the ISO 9001 clause in detail. Clauses 0 to 3, Introduction, Scope, References, Terms, and Definitions. The advantages of implementing a QMS are discussed in Clause 0, along with the quality management principles. The process approach, the plan-do-check-act cycle, and risk-based thinking are all presented. People frequently ignore this sentence, but they should because it frames a lot of the information that follows, particularly regarding how the different clauses relate to one another. Clauses 1 through 3 only discuss the standard scope, words and definitions, and references that will help you understand it better. They do not contain any obligations. Clause 4, Context of the organization. An organization is not a closed system that is cut off from the outside world. It is a part of a certain environment and is therefore dependent on what its consumers want and what its regulators dictate. Thus, this section addresses both internal and external factors that may affect how an organization sets and achieves its goals, as well as interested parties who engage with the QMS. Additionally, it contains the specifications for the process mapping and characterization as well as the QMS's overall scope. Clause 5, Leadership and Commitment. The prerequisites for top management are described in the section on leadership and are as follows. Establishing a customer focus throughout the organization, developing and adhering to a quality policy that establishes direction and alignment, and determining duties and authorities throughout the QMS, to make it obvious who has the authority to make decisions and what is expected from every function working in the system. Clause 6, Planning for the QMS. The requirements for identifying and managing risks and opportunities, as well as those for creating quality goals that are consistent with the quality policy, are presented in this section. Clause 7, Support and Resource Management. The requirements for management to provide resources, such as human resources, infrastructure including equipment, hardware and software, and building facilities, work environment including temperature, humidity, dust, and sterilization control, the control of any equipment used to monitor or measure the product or service, and the organizational knowledge necessary to operate the QMS, are all included in Clause 7. For human resources, the value of competence, awareness, and communication is highlighted. Clause 8, Operational Planning and Control. The only component of the standard where an organization can choose to opt out of some obligations is this one, such as excluding the design requirements if your company does not do design work. The requirements are concerned with planning for a product or service, and include figuring out and reviewing what is needed for the product, designing and developing it, buying it, manufacturing it, or providing it, and supplying it. The final specifications cover quality assurance and non-conformities in goods and services. Clause 9, Performance Evaluation. The standards for measuring customer satisfaction, internal audit, monitoring, analysis, and process performance are outlined in the section on performance evaluation. The prerequisites for the management review, such as the required inputs and outputs for the review, are also mentioned. Clause 10, Improvement Actions. The final component covers corrective actions and ongoing improvement for your QMS. Learn ISO 9001 and other quality management system through online course for system awareness, let auditors, and internal auditors. Useful for quality managers, team leaders, let auditors, certified internal auditors. Key modules of a learning course. E-learning with video tutorials. Handouts in PDF format. Sessions and final exam. Training certificate. Why one should enroll this course? Cost and time efficient. Fast and effective. Convenient and flexible. Anywhere and anytime training. Thank you for watching this video. ISO 9001 course link is in the description.